Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TNA Bound for Glory 2016 review. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I finally came to my, pretty much stuck through my promise here. I'm providing you with TNA reviews. My very first TNA review in such a long time. I'd say about 6 or 7 months probably. And I have to say this. Just watching TNA Bound for Glory, this pay-per-view, excuse me, but it felt more like I was watching an Impact episode with kind of more oomph to it, I guess you could say. There was a lot of stuff that went on here. It was pretty cool and enjoyable, but it didn't feel like TNA Bound for Glory. See, I'll give you guys an example. A long time ago, about 4 years ago, 2012's Bound for Glory pay-per-view with TNA. I spent $39.99, and I'll tell you what, guys. If you guys haven't seen that pay-per-view, you should check it out. It is a really good pay-per-view, well worth your time. 3 hours worth, and it was fun as hell to watch from beginning to end. Everything on that card was enjoyable. Kurt Angle with AJ Styles in a triple threat. I think it was a triple threat tag team match for the tag team titles. We had Jeff Hardy and Austin Aries competing in a one-on-one match for the World Heavyweight title, which was fun and enjoyable to watch too. You had countless of great matches that occurred during this event that I absolutely loved watching and thought it was really good. I enjoyed myself throughout the entire event. This event was enjoyable, but it wasn't pay-per-view type quality. It was really an Impact episode with an increase of success, you could say, but this did not feel like a pay-per-view. Felt like I was watching an Impact Wrestling episode. First match on the card, DJZ, the TNA X Division champion, retains his title against Trevor Lee. This match wasn't all that great. It was okay. I'd give it a 2 out of 5 stars. Wasn't the greatest match in the world. I wasn't too highly into it. To be honest with you, me personally, I'm not much of a DJZ type fan. I haven't liked this guy from the moment he started in TNA, and I still don't. Trevor Lee wasn't all that great either, so fuck that match. Eli Drake wins the 10-man Bound for Gold match. That's the gimmick of this match. It's a gauntlet match. Elimination over the top rope battle royal that had Eli Drake win this match and get a future World Heavyweight Championship match, which I hope leads to him becoming the new TNA champion in the near future, because I like Eli Drake on TNA. I think he's a great talent, and he has made himself in TNA. He never went to WWE. He never went to any big name organization to be noticed. He has developed himself within TNA, and he has become a star, in my opinion. I love this guy immensely. He is a very good talent, very funny on the microphone. He's one of a kind in today's generation of wrestling. So I like this guy. He's original, and he's his own self. He doesn't have other people really helping him build into this big name superstar that he has become in my eyes, personally. Moose and Mike Bennett. This was a grudge match. I was actually looking forward to this match, but unfortunately was disappointed. Average Joe match. Nothing really important happened here. Personally, I think Mike Bennett should have walked away with the victory and went on to do bigger and better things. Moose ends up winning this match. And that's the bottom line. 2 out of 5 stars, average, okay match, I guess you could say. But it wasn't the greatest match, and I think the wrong guy won that match personally. Aaron Rex goes up against Eddie Edwards. It was supposed to be Drew Galloway, but unfortunately he got injured. So they didn't want to take any chances of him getting more injured than he already was. They put a promo of him going ahead with one of the interviewers backstage, and he pretty much states that he is fucking pissed off with TNA management, how they could take him out of this tournament when he made it all the way to the finals to begin with. He says there's really no reason for this to be happening. He deserves the opportunity to compete for this title. He worked very hard for it and so on. And he pretty much looks like he's going in a deep, dark place within himself, and probably will eventually turn into a heel in TNA television programming. So I definitely see that coming around the corner for his horizon. Which there's nothing bad about it, but they flip their characters way too quickly from heel to face and back and forth. Aaron Rex, though, walks away as a new Impact Grand Prix champion, or I should say the Impact Grand Champion. And very decent match. I liked it. It was a 3 out of 5 star match. Pretty average match. Better than most of the matches before this one. And I actually really enjoyed it. I liked the ending they did. They did a split decision. Both men were having control of this match. You could have easily maybe say it was a draw, but I think that would have really sucked if they would have made this a draw. And that's just the bottom line on all that. Next match. The TNA World Tag Team titles in the Great War between the Hardy Boys and the Decay. This match was the best match on the whole fucking card. 4 out of 5 stars. Complete insanity. They were mixing wrestling with movie type gimmick stuff that they've been doing before this event occurred. I loved it. I thought it was insane. It was a little choppy and a little ridiculous. I was kind of saying, what the fuck is this kind of attitude? It was really insane. But with all that being said, it was unique and different. I mean, granted, maybe it wasn't the greatest thing on the planet, but it was different. It was something new and fresh, and that's what wrestling really needs. It needs something new and fresh. And you have to test the waters. You have to try things different. And that's what TNA tries to do. Granted, maybe they're not successful with this, the work that they're doing here, but you have to give them credit for the fact that they're trying to do something new and out of the box in professional wrestling. And I think that's great. Now, would I say this is really a big time success? Not exactly, but it was something that was different. I think with some touching of, acting, better acting involved, I think it would have been really great, actually. I think it would have been fantastic. But because of the lack of acting skills by everyone in this match, you can't really say that it's great. I mean, look at the Hardys. They're not great actors. They can't really act their way out of a fucking box. But they are trying. And you can see that in every freaking promo that they do, everything that they do in the ring. They're still one of the greatest tag teams in the world. And my God, they were performing awesome in this event. Especially the ending. Jeff Hardy does the Swanton Bomb off I think it's 20-foot high ladder on top of 2 tables with Crazy Steve, the tag team partner of Abyss, laying on top of the tables, and he gets smashed right into them off of the Swanton Bomb, and that's how the match ends. Unbelievable. I also love how Jeff Hardy is being completely unselfish. He is giving his brother the spotlight. He is giving his brother the opportunity to be the leader of their team. And that really you've never seen before, to be honest with you. It always seemed to be like Jeff Hardy was in the limelight while Matt Hardy was a supporting player of the tag team. And now it seems like that whole thing has switched. And I really like that. I think that's really awesome on TNA's part. I think it's awesome on Jeff Hardy to be willing to take a back seat to his brother so his brother can have some time to shine. And he has done that really well this year. This year, it has been Matt Hardy's year. I don't care about anything that's going on in WWE. Matt Hardy has changed the aspect and look of what the Hardy Boys are all about. They can do other things besides just wild and crazy shit all the time in the ring. They can do, different type of character. Play like the Undertaker type of realm, Bray Wyatt, stuff like that. They are awesome playing that kind of role, and they fit very well for whatever reason they do. And I actually really enjoyed this match. Highly recommend anyone that, if you don't want to watch anything on this pay-per-view, that is the one match you should check out. It is the match of the night. The only thing close to it is the world title match, which I'll get into soon. And I was just really impressed by TNA and what they did with this match. Granted, was it the best? No. But it was showing that they were trying to do something different, and I have to give them a ton of respect and a ton of, a thumbs up for their efforts in that. The next match after that was Gail Kim facing Marie in the TNA Knockouts Championship, which Gail Kim won. I think that was a little retarded to do that, but, Gail Kim's far from being retired. I mean, she's probably got another 5 years left in her to keep going. She's not real old. She's young still. I mean, she's probably in her late 30s, getting into her 40s. But she's still in, a shape where she could still compete in a wrestling ring. She is taking good care of herself, as I've noticed that. I mean, she doesn't seem like she's aged a bit. She don't get injured very much. I don't think she's ever missed time from the wrestling ring itself from major injuries. Probably got minor injuries, but that's about it. The match itself was a 3 out of 5 star match. It was okay, but not great. And the last match, which was Lashley and EC3 for the TNA World Championship, which that became a no-holds-barred match made by Bobby Lashley because he won the Lethal Lockdown match, and he got to make the decision on the stipulation of the match. I think this match should have been not a no-holds-barred, but actually a last man standing match. I think that would have been more suitable, because he could have gone ahead and say, yeah, you could probably pin me 1, 2, 3 and have to put me down for 3 seconds, but let's see if you can put me down for 10 seconds and win this match by keeping me on the mat for that long. And that would have been really cool. At the end of the day, EC3 loses to Bobby Lashley. Now, my personal opinion, like I just said, this match should have been last man standing. And EC3, with that being said, with the match should have been last man standing, EC3 should have won this title back to have his 3rd title reign. And that would have definitely made this pay-per-view seem a little bit more like a pay-per-view than just a regular Impact Wrestling episode. I think EC3 deserved this. I think the man that should take it off of him should be the guy that beats him at the biggest pay-per-view of your fucking company. So why would Bobby Lashley not lose this belt? Unless you're planning on having Lashley stay champion for quite a while. Now here's the problem, guys. The reason why I'm saying all this now is because I got a spoiler alert off of NoDQ.com, one of their tapings, that Eddie Edwards becomes the new TNA World Champion. What the fuck is Eddie Edwards becoming TNA World Heavyweight Champion? Why? I have no idea. I hope that they did something here and made logical sense, because if EC3 couldn't beat him straight up, just himself alone, with any kind of weapon he could have had, he had to have a crap load of guys to beat up Bobby Lashley and get away with this. Because to be honest with you, Eddie Edwards beating Bobby Lashley while fucking EC3 couldn't get the win over fucking Bobby Lashley at a big pay-per-view like such as Bound for Glory makes absolutely no fucking sense to me whatsoever. And on top of that, as a side note, Eddie Edwards had his opportunity when he cashed in his X Division title and put it on the line against Bobby Lashley, and he lost. And that's why the fucking X Division title was around his waist to begin with during the summer. Unbelievably retarded bullshit. EC3 should be champion right now. Instead, it's Eddie Edwards. Why, I have no fucking idea. But that definitely explains why TNA is in the fucking shitter that they're in. From what I've heard, TNA might be selling off their wrestling library to WWE for the network, and they might be selling the company itself to Billy Corgan, where Billy Corgan will rename the company as something of a different wrestling organization. But it is what it is for right now. It is just rumors, whatever it may be. Oh, and by the way, Cody Rhodes, he makes his appearance felt at the TNA Bound for Glory pay-per-view. And may I add, perfect setup for Cody Rhodes to start a rivalry with Mike Bennett. Mike Bennett came out after his wife Marie lost her match to Gail Kim, and that was that. And his Cody Rhodes' wife actually came along with him, so it was a nice mixed gender little segment that they competed up against each other with. So I really liked that, but overall the show was okay. It wasn't great. It definitely wasn't worth anybody's time to go out and spend $39.95 on this pay-per-view. Way too expensive for a pay-per-view quality like this. But I definitely recommend anyone to check it out for free online, or wait until it's on DVD on the TNAShopZone.com and get that for $19.99, which is what they're selling it at. But it's definitely worth to have a couple of times to be able to view it. It was a lot of fun to watch, and I did enjoy myself, but it wasn't the greatest pay-per-view in the world. Anyway, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well if you liked the video. Leave your comments and opinions down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. If you happen to watch the pay-per-view, please let me know what you guys thought of it. Do you have the same opinion, or do you feel that this was an absolute complete crap fest from beginning to end? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. Bye.